What's up, everybody? This is Marcus, your MTT coach of the Academy of Poker, and this is one of our new YouTube videos. As you know, we have some more educational videos, we have some short videos where we explain a few things, and then we have some, mostly I did hand reviews with simple post flop, for example, where we go through hands and then see if what the perfect line would be. And this is mostly all post flop, so I thought let's mix it up a little bit and go for some pre-flop stuff as well. In this case, I will just show you a little bit about a simple Nash. The good thing about simple Nash is we can have a quiz. So you can just, it's also from the guys that do simple post flop. So it's all the simple products. And the simple Nash is for pre-flop, shows you, as said, everything in regards to the Nash ranges. And you can see you can make a quiz over here. And I thought, yeah, let's do it here. Because you can also participate in this quiz if you want to. So I thought, why not give that a shot? Let's try this one for a change. And yeah, hi guys, my name is Marcus. I'm an MTT coach at the Academy of Poker, and we have a great offer for you. Our current Academy of Poker course will only cost you 200 euros, but if you do it the right way, you can even get it for free. All you have to do is hit the link in the description below, get in contact with our managers, and you can start right away. And now, enjoy the upcoming video. So what I did, I have a 9max table. We just put the chip EV on here, so it's not like there's an ICM decision, just some chip EV decisions. You see everybody soon more or less short. You see in this case the shortest stack would be 3 big blinds actually. The big stack has around 15, 14 big blinds right here. And yeah, we just see some decisions we have to make here, whether we have to call or fold, and then we can always look up what the ranges are, which is the good thing, because then you can find out. And just to show you, we can also put that up here. So you see UCG plus 1 with his 10 big blinds or 11 big blinds should be pushing this. And then you can already watch or check on yourself. Would I have jammed further? So if you see 11 big blinds, would you have jammed pocket threes and pocket deuces, for example? Or what's on the edge here? King Jack off, for example, King 10 off, which you see would, according to Nash, be bad jams. As you see here, this guy down to a bit more than 4 big blinds, but still his range is really tight, so he should be folding King Jack suited here with 4.5 big blinds. Would you have done it? Let's find out. So I thought, let's go for some quizzes and we can easily do the back and forth here. So for example, then you see here always some small help. You can put that in or out if you want to, but for explaining the whole stuff, it's a bit easier. So you see, in this case, we would be heads up, and he has 3.5 big blinds. And the question is, because he calls 76% of his range, if 10 deuce off is a jam or not. In this case, to show you to you what the mistake would look like, see, this would be the decision here, and this would be the actual result. And you see the EV difference. And then I can show it to you via calculating. You see I should be pushing 76% of my range, and you see 10 deuce off is pretty close actually. So Jack deuce off is a jam, 10 deuce suited is a jam as well, but 10-4 off, like when I think about the hands I have, would be a call, would be just a jam. And you see the difference, the only difference between me jamming and him calling is 6-3 suited and 4-3 suited. So if you think about, we will be ahead about, for some things like this part here, we will be ahead, 8-4 suited, stuff like that. But in general, 10 deuce off is not good enough. 10 deuce suited, again, because it's suited, has so much more equity. So therefore, this would be a call. And I said, I think the best thing is if you just pause the video for a second, make your decision, and then see what the actual result is. Maybe you can also think about the different ranges, what you would give here. So as you see here, he is pushing 40% of his range. Are we good here with Jack 4 off? In this case, I would say this is not a jam, but you see, again, it would be a call, and a pretty big EV call. And just to show it to you again, we pretty much call everything. as you see, we have even a bigger range than before. So this is like a few things which is just interesting to see. Like in general, you think, Jack 4 off. Now that's a fold, but just chip EV wise, this is a really easy call. It might be different in ICM decisions, or it is definitely, let's say five are paid here. We're still 6 people. Then of course this is a fold. Uh, but other than that, in those cases, pretty clear call here. So now I've shown you enough. And this is also on hard mode. This is pretty cool. You can put it on easy, middle, and hard to to train yourself and see if you should call those things. All right, so let's see here. Ace 4 suited, 90%, 9%. I'm pretty sure this should be a fold then. And you see really, really big EV difference as well. I would say we start with Ace 10 or Ace Jack suited, not more. Let's calculate it here. And as you see, Ace 10 suited would be close, but Ace Jack suited is the hand to go with here. Sevens plus, Ace Queen off, King Queen suited, and Ace Jack suited. And as I said, you can also then, after giving the answer, you can look it up here, 19.2%. This is fours plus, Ace 3 suited. But with him calling here, which is pocket sixes, Ace 10 suited plus, King Queen suited, and Ace 10 off, we are just a bit, it's not looking too good with our hand. We're just dominated so often, and therefore this is a pretty clear fold. Let's see here, 9-7 suited. Again, we can also see this is chip EV, but still this is a pretty clear call, as you see. And again, pretty nice. You can always look that up. Again, pretty interesting here when you see you're in the small blind. You do still have 3.5 big blinds here, but just because it's chip EV and not ICM, it changes a lot. So you don't have any pressure on not making the money or maybe making a pay jump. So the decisions change by quite a bit. And just because I've shown you this now, let me start a new quiz where we go for ICM. And here, as you can see, you can change the things pretty nicely, which is cool. So here, this is chip EV. Let's now just go for, we can have different things as you see here, which is pretty nice. Let's go for 45 man, 9 max, put the difficulty on high. We can also just choose position. So if you're maybe, let's just do the button for now. We can also see the amount of players here. Maybe put down the maximum effective stack a little bit. And then you have decisions, as you see, between pushing, calling, and overcalling. You can put the way you want it. So if you want to only do push decisions, put 100% there. And as said, you can show the different things, which is kind of nice. And here, this is really close. I mean, ace king off. Let's see. I mean, if ace king off is a fold, then you pretty much just call aces and ace king suited plus that as exactly. And then you can see with, even though he jams a lot because he has a bigger stack here, we are currently third in chips still with 6 people left. So then again, this is actually folded and they should have looked a bit earlier into the different stack sizes here. But even though he's pushing 17%, which is quite a wide range, we need to fold ace king off because of ICM purposes. So let's have that in mind now. And for example here, so we're chip leading right now. He calls 100%, but with 10-8 off, we're still good. This guy can only call 7%. So actually, this is then a fold. Interesting. Whoops, there you go. So you can see we just push 41%. I would have thought we push way wider here. So interesting to see. And as you see, it's not that easy to find out the correct decisions. Over here, because he has a big stack, I would think we should fold this one here. It's pretty close again, as you see. So queen jack off is probably queen jack off is a jam then. But you see it's getting really close here, and because it's in hard mode, you see the EV difference is marginal. So even though you have the wrong answer right now here, then it's mostly so close that you don't need to bother that much. Let's see here with him. pushing as a big stack. He's out all in. He's already all calling. Then this is 100% a fold, and you see how big the EV difference is. In this case, I would think we just have such a small range here. Yeah, queens plus, nothing else. So this one was pretty clear here with him being the big stack, one of the two big stacks. We sitting in fourth place. This guy basically out all in. This guy already all in, with who already should have, because of him, a really really close range, as you see, pocket tens and the ace king combinations. So yeah, kind of interesting. And then you get similar spots as well. So here again, he is so short. He is shorter than we are, and we can have, even though he pushes quite a lot, I'm pretty sure that 7 should be a fold here, by quite a lot actually even, just because of the positioning. So you think 7s with 5 big blinds, how do I ever fold this? But you have to think that the chance of them busting before you is higher than you winning this hand, because even if he jams 23%, which could be 5s and 6s, but also all the over cards. So if he has queen jack off, even, for example, you have a flip and then it's a 50-50 chance. But you surviving one of these is definitely higher chance than 50%, so you make more money on a higher percentage than in this situation here. He also pretty interesting. The two shorties behind me, so they should not have that much fold equity. I should not have that much fold equity on them. So for me, this is a fold. This is actually really, I mean, 0.02 is really close. So let's see. 8-4 suited, 8-3 suited would be a fold. So I'm surprised we have to jam this wide here, because I don't see that we have that much fold equity on them. But nevertheless, again, as you see, close decision, which I think still makes it really interesting to see. Uh, in this case, again, this guy is shorter than we are, but it's for 6 big blinds. In general, I would say we still jam this here, but it's again probably really, really close. And as you see, 0.062. But you see, I mean, you don't get in those situations a lot, but it's, as you see, it is really, really nice to have those. It's close, so it's not a big mistake if I still jam this here. But for the next time you see that, okay, 6 big blinds, king nine off, in general a standard jam. Here we should be folding because it is slightly less EV, slightly minus EV, and we should not take those minus EV spots. Let's have a look into this one. He jams pretty widely. He is shorter than we are, so I would say this is a fold. Pretty clear here. And yeah, just like that, we can do quite a bit of this. This is actually a similar situation to the last one before. However, this guy is shorter than both of them, so we should have way more fold equity. So in this case, I would say that we have to jam, just because they can't really call that much because he's shorter and he's going to be in the blinds the next hand. So then, just, you have to do quite some thinking. At least you see queen five off. Not a good hand actually, but if given the stacks here, that you cover both of them, he's the shortest player. Even he is still short, so they survived the blinds in a bit, and this means, especially for him, for example, he's still in fourth place here without a problem. So this guy will be losing at least half a stack if he doesn't find the jamming hand. So there's like a lot of different dynamics going on here. We can do a few more just to get the percentage high a little bit. In this case, we got those two, so I would think this is a fold. Again, pretty close, but correctly here. This one similar. I think I'm gonna skip on this. As you see, 0.001%, so ridiculously close. But it is, as you see, a fold. And again, in general, 4.5 big blinds, or not close to 5, 4.75 big blinds in actual. So QE9 suited, pretty much a monster for this amount of big blinds. But with him being so short, and he being able to take a hit or could be calling a bit wider, and we have to go through two people. Also, if we double him up, because if he calls us, as you see, he only has 2 big blinds behind, so he's going to call us a lot. So we will not have him crush that often. So we have, in general, maybe like 60% versus him. Uh, and by folding, because we don't have any other chips invested, it will be easier if he takes care of this, and we will in more opportunities we will make the heads up then by jamming queen 9 here. And as you see, it is really close, so it's not that big of a difference, but it is still a negative play. So therefore we should avoid it. And yeah, I thought I'll just show this nice little program to you. Actually, it's also free for use, so download it and yeah, train your ass off. So do as many calculations with it as you can do. And as I said, there's so many things you can do. For example, you can also just see here my results if I did it correctly or not. So that is pretty cool. And in here, as you see, you can also do some calculations on your own with the different stacks given, which is nice. You can edit the ranges a little bit, do some simulations, and yeah, just really nice nice things you can do here, which is pretty cool, and yeah, should help you a lot for pre-flop decisions, especially if you're playing sit and goes currently. Let's say those things are key. So you have because you can also go for different scenarios. So you have not only those 45 players, but also the 50-50s that are available on stars. So 10 players, 5 get paid, 5 get nothing, and there the ICM becomes even bigger, like with 6 left especially, because also given how many chips you have, you make money, right? So this is really interesting, really interesting dynamic to go through. Probably will also, I think I'm about maybe streaming a few of the sit and goes for next time. We'll see about that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this a little bit. And if you didn't know Simple Nash, now you know it, I hope. And yeah, as said, try it out. It's for free. You can download on the Simple website. They have so many nice products, also for PLO. They have Simple Post Flop that you see in my videos, Simple Preflop Hold'em, where you can just do the same calculation, like the calculations that you have for Simple Postflop, but just for preflop play. As said, the Simple Nash and many other products for Omaha as well. So yeah, make sure to check that out. If you have any questions to the quiz, let me know in the comments, guys. But for now, this is it for today. Make sure to leave a like, leave a subscription, follow us on all our social media to not miss out on any of our updates. And then we'll see us in the next video, guys. Bye.